Hello. Welcome to the Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 367. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam. And this is a Tutor episode where we try to teach you something new.
All right. It's Wednesday, January 8th. That means Real AF came out. And I'm listening to it. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
I've missed it. It's like a hole that I've been missing for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm happy it's back.
That's good.
Check it out. Share the show. Don't be a hoe.
Are you ready?
All right, hold on. One more thing. Oh, closing on a flip on Friday, babe.
Are we?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
That's all you...
Huh?
That's all you had for us?
I gotta go pick up a parts truck for my current truck. Maybe this weekend. I think this weekend seems smart. If I don't go get it this weekend, it's like, when am I gonna go get it?
Yeah, what day this weekend are you gonna go get it?
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Why?
I guess you could go Saturday morning.
Or Sunday morning, right? What do we have Sunday? Do we have anything Sunday?
No.
You can even go Sunday afternoon. Get shit done in the morning?
Yeah, as long as a baby's not coming.
Bad, dude. I have a feeling that thing's going to be in there a couple more weeks.
Not if I can help it.
Well, whatever. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
What do you got for us today?
Okay. I just got done reading The Hero Code by Admiral William H. McRaven. This is the second book of his I read. The first one is Make Your Bed.
Make Your Bed.
And I think we've actually podcasted about that one before.
I think we have.
Yep. And then he has another one too. I can't read what the title is. It's something about a bullfrog. I don't know.
Dude, there's that saying, how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Mm-hmm.
There may be a lot of truth to that.
Yeah? Why is that?
Well, it's like if you hold a standard in one area of your life, it's probably easier to hold a standard everywhere. Mm-hmm. If you're messy in one area of your life, you're probably messy like everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, actually, now that I'm trying to think about it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how you do one thing is how you do everything. I think that's true.
Yeah. Where did that come from?
I should do stuff better.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
That's what I've been trying to do.
Better?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a little off topic, but we talked about it once about being intentional with your actions.
Right.
So that's what I try to do more often. So like today, I brought the lunchbox home with all of our dishes in it. Well, the dishwasher had a load of clean dishes in it. So what did I do? Put all the clean dishes away so then I could empty the backpack and put all the dirty dishes in the dishwasher right away. Instead of just
waiting, setting it there, or putting the dishes on the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because then I'm handling those dishes one less time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right you are. You know what? I did that. I took the dirty clothes out of my gym bag and put it in the washing machine and hit start.
Mm-hmm.
Intentional.
Yeah.
Because I was going to throw them in the corner of the room where the hamper goes.
Oh, yeah.
But then I'm like, wait a second. Hamper's not here. Must be downstairs. Oh, yeah. Sam told me. Run the load.
As soon as we got home.
There you go, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Intention.
Yeah.
What do you got? What? Yeah, so anyways, keep going.
Can you look at what the other book is? It's behind Outlive. Just so people have a reference. Because that one's actually not in this book. So I don't think... I think that one came out more recent.
The Wisdom of the Bullfrog?
Okay, cool. I really like his books, the two that I've read, just because they're, one, short and sweet. It took me, 3 days to read this, 4 nights to read this. And they just have good, little life lessons in them. And then you get to read these, crazy-ass stories that he has. Because he always relates things to, not just stories in his life, but, stories that he's heard. So there's like stories from like other people in this one, and it's really neat.
Cool.
For a little background of him, I mean, he was a what are those called? Navy SEAL.
What are those called?
Yeah.
What are those things?
Well, he talks about frogmen.
Frogmen, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I mean, in the first book, he talks about like a lot of things he had to overcome. I know he was in like a parachuting accident, and they told him he would never be able to walk again, but then he could, and actually went back to active duty.
Damn. I remember you telling me about that.
This one, he was told he had cancer, I think. Went and got a second opinion, and they're like, oh, no, you just have to do this, this, and this, and you'll be set to go in 6 months and can go back to...
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah, so there's just, like, a lot of neat little stories. So today we'll be talking about his 10 things of being a hero, I guess.
Neat. Let me see a picture, dude.
He also like worked in the Pentagon or some shit.
Sure. Looks put together.
Very put together, yes. I think, so he was 37 years as a Navy SEAL.
Oh, fucking A.
Was a 4-star admiral, and
it's a big deal.
Yeah. His final assignment was as commander of all U.S. Special Operations Forces.
Holy shit.
And then he retired, and then he became the chancellor of the University of Texas.
Damn.
He did that from 2015 to 2018, and now he just lives in Austin, Texas with his wife, Georgianne.
Damn, dude. Mm-hmm. What a guy.
Dude, yeah, he's pretty cool.
Huh. Cool. All right, what do you got for me?
Okay. So I'll just kind of read you each one, and then we can kind of discuss it.
Sounds good to me.
Just because I don't want to like ruin a whole lot of the stories from the book.
Yeah, no, and I think that'd probably be like, I don't know, copywriting if we just read the book.
Probably. I will always strive to be courageous, to take one step forward as I confront my fears.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I said you could expand on these things. You love expanding on stuff, Sean. Sean hasn't. I kind of briefly read these to him, so he actually doesn't know any of this.
I don't know it, because when you explained it to me, I was listening. So I strive to be courageous, and I take one step forward at a time.
One step forward as I confront my fears.
As you confront my fears. Okay. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. When you get into situations that are difficult or scary for you, a lot of the times you want to withdraw or freeze up, not take action, whatever. It's important in times like those to keep pushing forward, quite frankly, one step at a time, to just plow your way through the scary thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something that people would probably be able to understand is you're at an event, you see some big people with like the biggest names in the room. You see the biggest names in the room. You're nervous as hell. You don't like, you're scared to go over and talk to them, whatever. You confront your fears. You walk up to them, introduce yourself, say hi, all that good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's those things where you're anxious, you don't want to do it, but you force yourself to do it anyways because that's the only way to grow.
Mm-hmm. And also like kind of what he like talks about too, because I mean he's talking about hero code obviously, but you can apply this to all points of your life. But to like get out of your comfort zone, to like help others too. Because once again, military base. So like he talks about like how obviously some people like are quite. I mean, everyone's afraid to die for the most part. And so like every active duty soldier who goes into war and has to like go into these buildings to try and find like Osama bin Laden he talks about or whatever. Like you obviously have to confront that fear of death.
Oh yeah.
To go and try and find the big head honcho
Right.
to protect then everyone else.
Right. That makes sense. Yep, that makes sense.
But yeah. So next is I will work to be humble, to recognize the limits of my intellect, my understanding, and my power.
All right, striving to be humble, little keeping your ego waffles in check.
Oh God, yeah.
This is. You should be confident that you like know that you're capable, but you should be able to identify when something's not in your wheelhouse or when you're over your head, and when you should like ask for help or listen. Let's go with this. If I'm working with the guys at work and I'm working with Mike doing electrical, you think I'm going to try to tell him something?
No.
I'm going to listen, take in what he's got from me, do what he tells me, because I know, yes, I've got a base knowledge of electrical. I can do little stuff. Do I know how to wire a house? No. Does Mike? Yes. Maybe I should listen to him, right? That's it. So, like, being humble to know, like, hey, sure, I know some things, but I know that I can learn a lot from this person. So don't be egotistical about it. Like, take what you can, you know? So in that world, like, be humble and learn. Dude, I'll give you this one. Someone asked to talk to me about real estate one time. It's like, okay, let's do it. Have a chat with them. The whole chat, they like start talking, whatever. They asked me to have the chat, and then they just talk at me. I'm like, okay. And then I like would sprinkle in a couple bits, you know, throughout the conversation. They're like, yeah, I know all that. I know all that. And it's like, well, you don't have a single deal, property, anything. So you don't have any investment, but you're going to tell me you know all this stuff when you ask me to have the call. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff is be confident, but strive to be humble and understand where you like who you can learn from, where you can learn, because the more you can intake and learn, the better you can grow. The more confidence you can gain, the more skills you can gain, and then you can be that individual that humbles other people.
Yeah. And also like have humility in things too. Like be able to take a joke.
That helps. Taking jokes helps.
Yeah. Especially like our business is mainly guys. So like if Brooke and I were to go into any job and they were like, oh, well, you didn't do this. And we immediately like get defensive or get whiny or whatever. Like they're never going to respect Brooke or I. Yeah. Or even like you and Kyle, even if anybody acted that way, the guys would not respect any of us in the slightest bit.
Right, you are.
So you have to be able to take jokes and fire them right back at them.
Right. Right, you are. Right, you are.
I will learn to sacrifice by giving a little of my time, my talent, and my treasure to those in need. I like this because this is like true Shaun thought process. Like it's pure.
This is pure. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I would say the key to that is little. sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about this with Brooke a lot. I used to help people a lot. I would go out of my way to help others. And I would spend a lot of time worrying about others, helping other people, worrying about helping other people. And my personal life was affected a lot. Or my professional life, personal and professional life were affected a lot. It took me until I heard Sean Whalen about 3 years ago, maybe more. It was more. Yeah, probably about 4 years ago, I heard Sean Whalen talking about being a lighthouse. And I was like, interesting. Essentially what it is you are the lighthouse shining the light so that others know that they can find you and get help from you, right? So you're a lighthouse instead of a rescue boat.
Mm-hmm. I
hear that 4 years ago. I've seen it so many times since then. I've seen memes about it and shit. Anyways, I believe helping people is very good. I still help people to this day all the time. I volunteer my time at Wiscoria. Help people a lot in that realm, or at least try to. Anybody that's looking for information, I try to help them out. I still will help people with little stuff here and there if like someone needs help, like dragging out a deer or something, right? Like, yeah, I'll still help with that. But I got away from trying to rescue people. And now a lot of the help I'm giving people is more knowledge help and money help.
Mm-hmm.
And money help would be more of like if someone's in need, I will donate.
Mm-hmm.
Or give them a helping hand. I have actually moved away from like lending.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just give people money if I feel they're worthy of it or in need of it. So that's a kind of a couple. I think that it's very good to sacrifice a little bit, and I think it's very crucial to help people out. I think the more you help people out, the more you'll learn the best way for you to help people.
Mm-hmm. The key thing I want to like say about that is that you're not looking for affirmation. Is that what that is?
I don't give a affirmations or pat on the back or whatever.
Right.
Resignation. Recognition.
There we go.
Fucking words, dude.
Like you're supposed to do these little things and not hope that someone saw you and they're just like, oh, thanks for doing that. Like,
right.
You should just want to do these things to help the planet or help whoever. And it can literally, like he says, just do one like little act every single day. So it could be just, oh, there's a piece of garbage in the parking lot of the grocery store. I'm going to pick it up and put it away.
I hate that my brain makes me do that a lot of the time.
Pick stuff up and put it away.
Mm-hmm.
But just something like that, like any little sacrifice, because if you think about like, I mean, you're not going to think about all the pieces of trash that you picked up from the parking lot, but like your mind will know like, oh, I've done these little things throughout my whole life. And now like it helps you just be more grateful for everything else and just be happier, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, I will be a person of integrity. Every decision I make and every action I take will be moral, legal, and ethical.
I do talk about this quite a bit.
Yeah, you do.
I didn't always have the best integrity, but then I realized it's pretty much the only thing you can have. And I think what it was I just surrounded myself with people who didn't care about integrity and stuff. And you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So the more time I spent with people that didn't care about their personal standards and didn't care about morals and values and stuff, mine went away. Because I had them, then they went away. I noticed they went away, and I brought them back. And we talked about on the podcast the other day. I mean, I will not sell out. Period. Will I work with people I don't like? Yes. Am I going to partner or be in business with people I don't like? No. Will I be friendly to them? Absolutely. If they need some help or some work, sure, you bet. But am I going to spend a lot of time with them? No. Am I going to go out of my way to do shit for them? No. And especially because that shit's like a cancer around you. It's bad for you. At least it was for me. Some people might not be affected by it. It affected me.
You were also pretty young.
I was young.
Yeah.
I'm a lot more mature now. Even though I'm still young, I'm a lot more mature than I was then. But anyways, I think that integrity is so important. Like, your personal brand is so important. Your reputation is so important. Why ruin it to try to get ahead a little bit more, a little faster?
Right.
Why ruin it to try and maybe screw someone over or whatever? It just, don't ruin it out of most of the time it's for greed or gluttony or one of the 7 deadly sins. So lust or whatever it is, you have to, that's all you got at the end of the day is your integrity. And so I feel it's very important to work on that and have good values and standards.
And keep in mind, having good integrity, it's not going to be an easy path. It's going to be harder for the most part.
It will be harder.
Yeah. So you got to keep that in mind. I can take the easy route and, work with these terrible people. Or I can work my ass off by myself and do it and have, make a company that has the morals that I want it to have and, has the impression that I want to leave.
Yes. But I will say this, secondfold. I believe it's easier to have bad integrity early on. Long term, if you have bad integrity, I have seen it with people at multiple different stages. I've seen the bad integrity of the people in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s, in their 50s, in their 60s, in their 70s. They reach a point where it has to be harder. It has to be. They don't have friends. They try to buy friends.
Yeah.
Whatever case it is. I've seen it. I've worked with people like it. And you just ask yourself, you go, this is my one true test for that, right? Why don't you have friends your age? Someone's 45 years old, 50 years old. Why is everyone you hang out with 30 and under? What's going on there? Where's your friends? Where's your friends your age? You should have them. You should have friends older than you. Where are they? That always was weird. But you find a good guy like Jeff Machusek.
Yeah. Dude's
got friends of all ages. That dude's got some integrity. Good dude. I believe it is easier long term because that dude could call anyone.
Yeah.
And get a helping hand because he's got good values, good integrity, He
posts on Facebook and for someone to babysit his dog and 10 people comment on it.
Yeah.
More than that usually, actually.
Oh,
10
dude.
people in half an hour.
Yeah. But when you see people with bad integrity as they age, boy, it's harder.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you it's harder.
Oh, yeah.
So you might as well start now. And people don't realize that. Like, actually, something that's funny to me is some people will be like, hey, some people that I know that aren't the best, whatever, in business. Hey, how's things going for you? Oh, it's going pretty good, whatever. Like, whatever. Like, are you staying busy? Yeah, we got good work, whatever. How are you getting at marketing? No, just word of mouth. And they're like, oh, yeah, I have to market, whatever. Word of mouth super slow right now. Yeah, you've been in business 15 years longer than me. It's not your word of mouth is slow. It's your poor ass quality.
Mm-hmm.
That is why you fucking don't have word of mouth.
Yep.
You've been in business, whatever, 15 years longer than me, dude. You should have way more word of mouth than me.
Right. Because you have 15 years worth of customers that should be spreading the word.
Exactly.
We have a year.
Right.
I love that.
Thanks.
Number 5, I will be kind and compassionate to at least one person every single day and expect nothing in return.
It's really not hard to be nice.
It really isn't.
And you can, it's easy to make someone's day just by being nice.
Mm-hmm.
I wave at motherfuckers all the time.
What?
I wave at people all the time.
Yeah, you do.
Smile at people.
Mm-hmm. Just be nice.
It's too easy.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, like he even says, like it can be literally just donating $1 to the home, like for homelessness.
Sure.
Like just something small.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Number 6, I will never give up on matters that are important to me, my family, my country, or my faith. I will persevere.
Okay.
So kind of similar to like the morals.
Yeah.
This one I think he really pushes on persevere.
Okay. There are times to call it quits, and there are times not to call it quits. Most of the time, it's not time to call it quits. But we're weak as people, and we go for the comfort route first. I'll say it this way, or give an example. I got injured my rotator cuff. I injured my rotator cuff in jiu-jitsu in April. And I also was off of testosterone then, right? Mm-hmm. I wasn't healing. I wasn't getting better for months. So I have essentially testosterone, nothing, whatever. So I'm essentially just living life as a female with an injury, not getting better. And my brain is like, just quit, dude. You don't need to go to jiu-jitsu. You don't need to do this. Just quit. You can just spend that extra time at home.
Watching a movie.
Dude, just quit. You like lifting weights more anyways, dude. Why would you do this? You enjoy lifting weights more anyways. Just lift weights more. And then I sit there and I'm like, well, I've always wanted to do this. I have a lot of fun when I do this. And I know, because I'm mad at myself for not have done it over the last 10 years of my life, the last 50, whatever. So why the fuck would I quit now when it means something to me just because I've got an injury? I'm tired. It's maybe like not as efficient for me to do that as like working more or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But it means a lot to me, and I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy the people I do it with. So I'm not going to just quit and not persevere and not keep going because of that. Mm-hmm. Now, well, maybe I only go once or twice a week. Sure. Some weeks I'll go 3, whatever, right? Yeah. I know that it's not my number one focus. So that's how I, will treat it. But I'm not going to quit because it's important to me. You know? Better one. Okay?
Okay.
I've got this person in my life.
Okay.
Who at times irritates me. Okay?
Okay.
At times, they don't irritate me.
Okay.
Okay? Sometimes, I see other people in other situations and go, man, that looks easier. Okay? Man, I could do whatever I want. Okay? But I happen to love this person. Okay? You follow where I'm going?
Yep.
Okay. To me, it is more important to work through things and discuss the hard topics than it is to just chalk it up, call it quits, and try to find greener grasses. The person I'm talking about is you.
Crazy.
I think if a person means something to you or something means something to you, putting in a lot of work and persevering to keep it alive. Yes, a lot of the times it's probably easier to call it quits because people are ever growing, ever changing, and might not be on the same path. But I believe if you get married, you should really do what you can to grow with your partner, not away from your partner. And that takes a lot of communication.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of time spent together to learning who the person is, what they like, what they don't like, giving your strengths where they're weak, right? And I just think that a lot of times people are going, it's difficult to do that, and it's not always fun. And especially like if you've not communicated with your significant other for so long, it's hard and uncomfortable to start.
Yeah.
The craziest fucking thing is, most likely, they probably want to communicate too. Solve a lot of issues.
It's the same thing as like the integrity thing. Like, once you start doing it, like, it's just going to get a lot easier. It's definitely going to be a rocky road at first. Like everything. But the more you push through it and the more you don't give up, it's going to be easier and easier.
Absolutely.
Should be, at least.
Right.
Obviously, like, we're on an easy patch right now and we're about to go through a rocky cliff. But we've made it through other ones, so we'll make it through this one. Talking about a baby, if you weren't understanding that. But yeah, and just keep in mind of, like, don't think about, like, forever down the road either. Like, sometimes it's just as simple as, like, just only think about the next day. Don't think about the next week, next month, next year, nothing. Only think about the next day.
Just making it through another day.
Just making it through another day. Or if you have a long list of tasks, just make it through one task and then 2 tasks. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I made it through all my tasks. So just taking one little thing at a time. You can't climb a mountain without taking the first step.
That's right.
So never give up. Also, you got to think too, so many people have gone through probably the exact same thing you have, and they've made it.
100%. Let me tell you this, dude. In the gym, reps, like doing reps in the gym, there are so many times when I set out and I'm like, I'm going to do 10 reps. And then I'm coming up on 10. I'm like, wow, you're such a pussy if you don't do 15. And then I'm rounding up on 15. I'm like, wow, I can't believe how big of a bitch you are if you don't fucking hit 20. And then I go to 20. And at this point, I'm usually shaking and dying. And I'm like, wow, dude, if you seriously can't get to 25, you're fucking useless. So then I rip it to 25. And then I'm like, holy fuck, can I get 26? And I get 26. I'm like, can I get 27? I can get 27. Can I get 28? I can get 28. And then usually I like fail. But anyways,
Still,
it's like
you made it.
the
way
goal
more.
was 10, and I just kept pushing, setting the next, and I just keep going. A lot of times you're getting to it, and those reps are real slow. It's one rep at a time. When you first start, you might bang out those first 8 reps in a row, and then it's like 2 at a time, 3 at a time, or 2 or 3 at a time, blah, 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 and then you're 1 big breath, 1 big breath,
Yeah, when we climbed that mountain in on Oahu,
Yeah.
dude.
Do you say on Oahu?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Well, you're on the island of Oahu.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Anyways, but
Oh, on Oahu.
yeah.
I thought you were saying on Oahu was the
Oh.
place. I was like, I think you're crazy.
No.
On Oahu.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, go ahead.
But I remember like we started at the bottom and looking up. You're like, that's a long ways up there.
Fuck yeah.
So what did I do? Put my head down and just took one step at a time.
Yep. Dude, facts. Facts.
Cool. So that's number 6.
All right.
Keep pushing.
Love it.
I'll need to remember that.
Ooh, Jesus.
Number 7. Whatever job I am given, whatever duty I am bound by, I will do it to the best of my ability. Duty is the word.
This goes back to what I was saying earlier. How you do one thing is how you do everything. I will admit I struggle with this at times. Because things that I'm not in love with, I won't give 100% to. Or I'll get sidetracked, whatever, and it doesn't get 100%. Building yourself to be able to give 100% no matter what you're doing is a skill I have not developed.
Sorry, can you repeat that sentence? What have you not developed?
Being able to give a task 100% every time.
Oh.
It is difficult. I will do good. I like, it's almost like a daily. Some days I'm just getting through though. It's probably like a every other day thing where I will remind myself like, hey, you need to give this a go. Like you need to give this your best effort. You need to like focus, knock this out, whatever. And when you do that, it goes by faster. It gets done way faster. You can enter a flow and really knock it out. Your quality's higher. It's really a lot better experience when you're giving something your full effort.
Yeah.
And your full attention. It is difficult to do because I have a lot of distractions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I will say this. When I will give you a progression. When I first started working as a janitor, it was a lot easier to focus on the one task at hand. You're just cleaning. When I started construction, sure, I'd have my phone on me, but I would only really check it when I'm like on break.
Lunch,
yeah. So that I was able to like fully, be present and give effort to, and that was awesome. As I grew a business, and I am usually the person that's called with the how to solve situations. Then I start getting a lot of calls and a lot of distractions. And I have not pulled myself out of that distraction world yet.
Yeah.
And it's something I'm working on. Because when I'm not, shit gets done a lot better. It's the concept of time blocking. Get rid of all distractions, time block and work. You and I used to work construction on weekends. We'd remodel on weekends. We would get more done on weekends than we would working during the week because there was no distractions.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on. No business, none of that shit. And we even discussed, we're like, we should just work weekends. We should just work construction Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just fuck off the other 3 days of the week because that's the only time we can be productive. Yeah.
Another thing to think about is, because he stresses duty on this one. So, like, in your case, whose duty is it to have already had solved those problems? Right? Like, could some of those, like, distractions, like, could those stop of, like, we better prepared before jobs or
100%, dude.
Yeah.
It's my duty. We could solve almost all those issues. With better preparation, you can solve almost all those issues.
So that's like one thing that I think about, like, that phrase more than anything is like
whose duty?
Not just whose duty, like performing that duty 100%.
Perform that duty 100%. Okay, yep.
Because like I think about, like, there's definitely times at Whiskeria where I'm just like, like, I know this is their second meeting. Technically, they have to, like, either sign up for a membership or whatever. It's just like, I'm just not going to sign them in and just let them know, like, hey, next time,
Sure,
you have to do this.
Sure.
But it's like, in reality, that's my duty to make sure everyone who's there
pays.
And so
sense.
I think, like, having that 95% leeway, it's in everything I do.
Having a 5% leeway, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, everything I do, like, I complete to 95%.
Wow, that's fucked up how true that is. Damn.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yep. So it's something definitely to think about is, like, you have to start performing every single thing at 100%. You can't give any breaks.
Fuck, you're right. I like that a lot.
I just blew Shaun's mind.
Yep. Good call.
Yep. Number 8. I will use my unique talents to inspire others and give them hope that tomorrow will be a better day.
It's being a lighthouse.
Yeah, it is. And I think, like, having, like, a positive attitude about things too.
Yep. Being positive helps. Having a positive attitude, being positive helps a lot. I think that's like your first line of offense. It should be that. It's just being positive. And then, yeah.
I'll actually share that one story from his book because I think this is a good one.
Am I off by saying this? Oftentimes, not often, sometimes people will tell me stuff and I'm like, I will, like, ask them, like, hey, do you think that's really a big deal? Like, that's not, like, that may seem like a big deal, but I'm telling you, in the grand scheme of shit, that's not a big deal. Like, I don't even, like, in my world, I would not view that as a problem. Is that bad?
I mean, it's not really giving them hope for themselves, is it?
I don't know. I just, like, I'm just like what you think's a problem isn't actually a problem. You just think it's a problem.
I think it depends on the person, because some people, like, want to be, like, want to hear that what they think is a problem is an actual problem.
I don't give it to them.
Yeah. But other people are just like, oh, yeah, I guess I didn't think about that. Like, I think that depends on the person.
It depends if the person wants to be a victim, and I ain't playing into it.
Right. So, fun thing for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Or fun story for you. He talks about, I believe it's the Vietnam War. Because I think they're in, was it Vietnam War? Did that involve Korea's? Oh no, North Vietnam, but it was Vietnam. So there was a prisoners of wars camp.
Okay. And
so there was this mission to go and rescue a whole bunch of the POWs. And when the raiders got there, they had already moved the prisoners.
Okay.
They got wind that there was this big rescue mission, move the prisoners. The prisoners heard about the rescue mission. That the raiders, is that like a part of...
I'm not sure. Keep going.
Okay. Green Berets.
Makes sense.
There you go. They heard that the Green Berets tried to rescue them. And because they knew that they were at least trying, it gave them hope to keep pushing.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense.
So they were able to like withstand any more punishments that they got, or it just literally were able to survive so much more just because they had that hope that like we know that they are trying to get us out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I just thought that was cool.
That's like a kid doing bad, looking up and seeing their parents in the bleacher.
Yeah.
And they're actually paying attention on their phone.
Yeah. Definitely that part. So yeah, I will use my unique talents to inspire others and give them hope that tomorrow will be a better day. I guess your unique talent is not playing into people's victimhood.
It could be, yeah.
Number 9. I will use humor to comfort others and never be afraid to laugh at myself. Kind of goes with the humility one a little bit.
Yeah, dude. Ever since I was a kid, when I would get in trouble, I would smile. And they'd be lecturing me, and I'm smiling. And half the time, they would laugh and be like, how can we be mad you're smiling?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The other times, they would get even more angry because they would think that I thought it was a joke. But I tend to resort to humor or like smiling in times of uncomfort. Mm-hmm. So that's like someone, like sometimes it's not great, but sometimes someone will be like, so-and-so died. And I kind of like will laugh. And I'm like, that's shitty, dude. But now you just made me uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to just smile and chuckle my way out of this. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of ways you can utilize humor in like a jolly sense to make your way through something uncomfortable or through something difficult. Yeah.
I think you can kind of use it to make your way through anything. I think like, because being able to like have humor in things is going to make people more comfortable with you.
Yeah.
And so like, you got to admit like a salesman that's going to make you laugh, you're going to be more comfortable with and probably buy more stuff with than one that doesn't make you laugh.
That's so true.
Mm-hmm.
That is so true.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely I definitely tend to migrate towards happier people.
Yeah. And I think that's why like as a population we're so like negative and depressed because like you can't say jokes about anything anymore.
Right.
No one could take a joke. Everything is offending someone.
Right.
Which is so weird because comedians, I feel like, are also at an all-time high right now.
They're fucking awesome.
But maybe it's because of social media.
Yeah, people have had. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, it's just something that'll make people more positive, and I think make people more comfortable with you.
Okay, say that one again, please.
I will use humor to comfort others and never be afraid to laugh at myself.
Yeah. Yep. For sure.
I like the end of that too.
To laugh at yourself. I do it all the time. All the dude. Fucking circa me every time I'm speaking at Whiskeria calling myself a dumbass.
Hell yeah. I always love that.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, I'm over here being a fucking idiot. Yep.
Last one, and you're going to love this one.
All right.
No matter how great or small the offense against me, I will try to forgive. I will be the victor, not the victim.
Yes. It's a good one. No matter how big the offense against me, I will try to be the victor, not the victim.
Oh, I will try to forgive. Did you say?
I will try to forgive.
So that's the main part, is forgiving.
Yeah, forgiving. Yeah, I think forgiving's big. I don't love holding a grudge. I've tried when I was younger, holding grudges. And I'm like, man, it's exhausting to hold a grudge. So I just decided when I was younger that I don't really care to hold a grudge. If there's people I'm not loving, if they treat me poorly, I'll just try not to spend much time with them.
But you kind of also just like take that as like, okay, that's like a character trait of theirs. Like you don't hold like a specific event against them.
No, I don't. It's not worth the bandwidth. It's not, for me at least. I just forgive everyone, and it's kind of like, if that's how you feel, dude, that's you. That's not me. You can view me however you want. That's up to you. You know, but I'm like not gonna love that. Yeah, and yeah, I don't hate anybody.
Yeah. Also, like, I will be the victor, not the victim. Like in the book, especially, he talks about like how forgiving and moving on can help you grow, and just obviously you're going to be in pain. Like if it's someone passed away or someone got killed in your family or whatever, like, sure, it's going to suck. But the thing is, like, by forgiving whoever did it or whatever, it's going to help you move on so much faster.
It does, yeah.
Because otherwise you'll just consciously be thinking about, like, oh, the things I would do to that person. Like, it's just, like you said, it takes up too much of your bandwidth.
Yeah, it even goes to, like, forgiving yourself, too, which can be good as well.
Yeah.
Because you got to forgive yourself and go, like, I may have fucked up, but that's not who I am anymore. You know?
Yeah.
I'm moving on from that. Yeah, I think that's good. Even, like, for little stuff, like, if I fuck something up little, it'll bother me for a little bit, and then I have to go, hey, you know, it was a fuck up. Now you just learn from it and correct.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't going to be the end of the world. Just don't do it again.
Right.
Sort of deal. Yep.
And like you said, we all have to be victors, not victims. That's kind of why we have gotten to a point as a country, because everyone thinks they're a victim from something.
God, people are such pussies.
Yeah. I also don't think psychiatrists,
they don't work.
Yeah, they don't really help, because I think they
feed into it.
Yeah.
Dude, so much of it is just feeding in, like, oh, your thoughts need to be, your feelings need to be recognized. Shut the fuck up. They need to be tougher.
Yeah. I mean, but also, how hard is it to be like, hey, Shaun, you said this thing and it really hurt me. well, now I told you, so now you know that. So now you know to either not say something like that again.
Yep.
Or you can be like, well, maybe you should find the humor in it or something.
Right.
Like make it a joke or something. Yeah.
That I do agree with. It's just, it goes back to like persevering, having those difficult conversations.
Yeah.
And getting it done. Hopefully the other party is cordial or like willing to cooperate.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they won't be.
No.
And you have to deal with that too. And we deal with that. But all you can hope is that hopefully someday those people also start to forgive and learn how to forgive and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
You know, you play your role in it and do your best, forgive them, whatever. And hopefully that they can do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And when they do, and I think a big thing is like why it, like Ryan and I, how we could work as partners, me, you and Kyle, whatever, we can have a difficult conversation and we can like forgive each other for, oh, hey, I'm mad at you because you didn't do your thing. Oh, you're mad at me because I didn't do my thing. Okay, yep, we both have valid things here. Let's just agree that we're going to get back on our shit.
Mm-hmm.
And let's agree that like this is behind us and we're moving forward.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Yeah.
And as long as both people are willing to like, you know, play,
Mm-hmm.
or I can't think of the right word, but as long as both people are like contributing and cooperating, then it's like easy to have those. It's not easy to have those conversations, but you're able to have them one step at a time,
Mm-hmm.
go through difficult things one step at a time, get through it, and then afterwards it's so much better.
Yeah.
Until next time it happens, you do it again. But hopefully the more you go, the less you have those difficult conversations with the important people in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have learned how to work well together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
I love it. Oh, yeah. So I thought that's the 10 things of the Hero Code. I think they're just very good, short little life lessons. And like I said, the stories in this book are so incredible to read. So I highly suggest it. So yeah, The Hero Code by Admiral William H. McRaven. I highly suggest his books. 2 out of the 3 I've read have been really good.
Yeah, I like that. That was fun. Those are some good tidbits.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Cool. Well, that's what we got for you on this lovely Monday.
All right, gang. Catch you on the next one.
See
Wait,
you.
hold on. If you haven't and you're interested, we have Recon coming up.
No, yeah.
If you're interested in Recon, it's an all-day real estate investment.
Investment.
Real estate investment.
Event.
Thank you. Event. Where we'll be talking about real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Got speakers coming in from around the areas.
Yeah.
You should check it out if you're in. You should check it out if you're interested in real estate. VIP nights the night before. Be a bunch of people in the room chatting, doing good things.
Mm-hmm.
If that interests you, message me for a promo code, and I will share it with you. Also, it's at rei-con.info.
Correct. It's the website.
Cool. Come to the event.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Yeah.
All right. We will catch you on the next one.
See ya.